So today I've got with me today Marouane Bembli, and I'm sorry, I always say your name wrong. So did I say it right that time? Marouane?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes, that's correct.
So Marouane actually, went through the program, one of the first to actually go through, and one of the first to go through and get some pretty amazing results. And welcome to the interview, Marouane.
Yeah, thanks. It's always good to be here and talk about this. I love to talk about it, so it's gonna be fun.
I've been really enjoying seeing your posts in the group, and it's cool to see like one of the first ones you were posting. Like the little success, and then they just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So I'm really excited to see like what you've been up to.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, so can you start out by like maybe telling us a little bit about your history and how you kind of got started in online marketing and what you currently do in your business right now? Because I know you're doing a few different things, not just products.
Well, so starting from like the beginning, I moved here from Sweden in 2012 to the US. I got a job here close by in Sarasota as a designer. Mm-hmm. And it was something that I have wanted to do for a long time. It had been my goal since I was maybe like 8 or 10 or something like that, to basically work as a designer anywhere near a beach, or where it's like the weather is warmer than Sweden, basically, get away from the cold. And I've always loved sketching and stuff like that. So I just applied to like Australia, to the US, to Italy, to anywhere that I thought I would be, comfortable living in. And then I got the job here, so I just bought a one-way ticket here in 2012. And the rest is history for that part, how I got here. And then when I started the job, I thought I had everything. I thought it was like where I was supposed to be, because in my head, working, I was doing exactly what I had like visualized for a long time, was working close to a beach. Was sketching all day, doing these cool products and stuff.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that was your team at that point.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, okay, this is cool. I'm here now. But then it just it kind of hit me that is this what I'm supposed? I mean, is it supposed to stop here? Or I felt like something was missing. Like the whole time I was working, I felt something is missing. This is not what I want to do.
Is this all it is, basically? Were you thinking like, I can kind of relate to that. When I got my job in architecture, I was like happy I had this nice, comfy office job. And then soon I was like, is this really what I was working for? Those years?
So I got to that point where I was, and when you have that feeling, you kind of look around everywhere for clues of what it is you want to do, what's missing and stuff like that. So I was on YouTube all the time, like checking out videos just randomly while I was working, and I came across your video there with the Lambo delivery video.
Oh yeah.
One day. And it wasn't about it wasn't so much about the Lambo, but I kind of could relate to the situation, because I was like, what is this guy doing that I'm not doing? What, like, how can he have this freedom and stuff? And he's kind of my age, and I'm sitting here, I'm locked to this office here. Right. That's not what I want to do. I want to have the freedom to do whatever I want and whenever I want to do it. Like, I don't want to work for the weekends. I don't want to trade 5 days for 2 days. I mean, that's ridiculous when you think about it. I mean, respect to everybody that wants to do it. That's a totally different story. But if you feel like something is missing, then just go after it and look for what it is that might be that change. And for me, that video was the start. And from there, I contacted you, and I got to know you a little bit, your backstory, and that made me realize that that's kind of in the direction I want to go.
So just to back up a little bit, what were you actually doing? Were you just out of school when you're in Sweden and thinking about moving to the US to work as a designer? Were you just...
I was studying I was just back from Italy, because I studied a year car design there, a master's degree in car design. And then I moved back home. I was living with my brother in his 1-bedroom apartment in like a suburb of Stockholm, and I was applying for all kinds of jobs, like just so I can get, you know, something going, so and an income basically. So it could be like anything I could find. I'll just apply to anything. And while I was doing that, I was also applying with my portfolio to different offices all around the world. I don't know. I just always wanted to kind of get. I felt like I've done Sweden. I've lived there for 25 years. I wanted to see something else, basically. So.
Okay, so you were living with your brother, you said, right?
Yes.
And you were applying to all these jobs, and you had this vision that you wanted to work, you know, alongside the beach and work do sketching basically for a living. You achieved that goal. You got there, and you were like, okay, this is cool and everything, but basically, you know, I want more. You know, that's basically the story. Is that right?
Yeah. And I think the main point there is the realization that I wanted the freedom to do what I wanted and when I don't want anybody to say like when I can do what, and you know, I want to have that. I want that decision should be mine, and that's what I started to switch my thinking. That's what I want to work for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can totally relate to that, and I'm sure anyone else listening to this who's, you know, working in a job situation, you know, at one point in your life you may have looked forward to that job, but when you get there, there's so much, you know, there's so much other stuff out there that you want to do. You want that freedom, you want that time freedom, you want to make more money, obviously, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's awesome.
I think the one big problem is that like I wasn't surrounded by anybody who thought differently than that. So I thought that was the only way to go, you know. So I didn't even know about any of this before I started researching myself, because everybody was so excited to have a career and, you know, to retire at whatever age and, you know, have the 401k or whatever. I mean, that's cool for them, but I just felt that it wasn't for me. So kind of have to figure that out yourself.
Yeah, can totally relate to that. Like, you know, in that office environment, seeing people who've been working there for, you know, 30 years and like seeing your future in them. So when you said you came across the YouTube video, I'm just curious, at that point, were you at all dabbling with the online stuff at all? Or weren't you like trying to sell your courses when you kind of came across that?
I can't remember if I had started the Udemy. I don't think I had. I don't think I had started any like online courses yet.
Okay.
But it was around that time when I started doing like the platforms that already exist and putting my courses on there. And at the same time, I started Instagram and social media marketing and stuff like that too.
Okay, yeah, I remember you telling about that in the early days. I think it was like early 2015. I think it was when we first started talking. All right, so basically, it was the Lambo video that kind of was like, all right, I need to see what this guy's up to. You learned that I was doing digital products, and you were like, oh, that's kind of fits in with, you know, what I would like to do. And basically, I remember you didn't even, I don't even think I sent you, you didn't go through any of the sales material. You just kind of like, no, this is what I want to do. And you came in and and
the video, and I was sold.
I could tell when you came in that you were going to do something. Right? It was just, you know, you always know who is actually going to go through and take action.
I kind of have that feeling too when you meet people.
So just to talk a little bit about some of the stuff you've done since then. So what can you tell the people who are listening, you know, what were some of the early results you started getting, you know, when you first started figuring all this stuff out, and maybe transition into some of the results you're having now? Because I know you've come a long ways since, you know, 2015 to, you know, here we are now, 2017. Can you talk a little bit about those specific things you're doing?
Yeah, sure. So when I started, I think the most important thing for me was Instagram and just posting every single day and try to build up the social media presence, basically. So like figure out what you're good at and then provide just value every single day, because nobody knows who you are when you start out. So you kind of have to build that up through time. It's going to take a while to do that if you want to do it organically, or you can do ads and stuff like that. But the main thing I would do is just, and I did it as well, was to start with Instagram and build up your Facebook page, make some tutorials, and just help people out with the things that you know better than 90% of people. So, yeah.
Sorry, I was just gonna say, were you just like giving pure content, not trying to sell anything at this point, or?
No, not really. I was just posting. I was actually posting sketches, and then I told a story kind of with each post, because I know how it is. Because I was a design student myself, so I know what they're thinking and what's all the concerns that they have and stuff like that. So I could totally relate to that, and that's what I was writing in the captions of my posts, like. For example, how to find a career and what you want to have in your portfolio, and like don't overthink too much of things, and things that I was worried about when I was a design student myself. But I know it's going to work out, and I kind of wanted to encourage people to just chill and do one thing at a time, and everything's going to work out. And people seem to like that kind of content.
Yeah, so you were like, you knew exactly how your target audience was thinking, that you knew their struggles, so you could speak to them directly. You're probably telling them things that they probably didn't even realize themselves that they were thinking. And
yeah,
because you had basically been in their shoes, and that's really powerful, I think. I mean, you've seen a lot of people who come into this business, a lot of people struggle with selecting a niche, and really, I mean, what you did, I mean, you just said, okay, I'm very knowledgeable on this subject here, and I've been in these people's shoes, so I can talk directly to them. I can speak directly to the problems, and that's just powerful. I bet that built up a lot of trust, just in those. In those early.
Definitely. From there, you said if you want to start building an email list, you can do that. So you basically send people to a landing page, and that's something you teach in the program, which I didn't know how to do before when I started, is to send people to a simple opt-in page, and then you have their email. From the email, I mean, all of this is in the program, of course, but it worked really well to set up a sequence of emails, to go deeper on what you put on social media. So you have your special group of people in your email list, which you really, you have to have the mindset that you really want to help them. That's right. Kind of it, I think.
Yeah. So you weren't even worrying about building a list off the bat until you kind of learned that, and you started kind of like funneling people off of your social media onto an email list.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. All right. So you kind of transitioned from that, didn't you? Didn't you kind of like transition into selling different types of products eventually, and recently with Facebook ads and stuff like that?
Yeah, so I did create a membership site for my sketching courses and design related courses, and I did some courses on Instagram marketing and marketing in general. I don't know, the things I learn, I learn, and then I apply, and I kind of make it better if I can for my own purposes, and then I like to teach whatever it is I learned.
So you're teaching the Instagram stuff that you're teaching the Instagram tactics that you're using in the sketching business, correct?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
And those Instagram techniques and tricks work for several different businesses. So
that's basically a business within a business. I mean, that's
when you, and it's really cool to see. It's really cool to see the reviews and the testimonials from people in completely different niches that have great results with Instagram and stuff like that. So from there, I just went on to starting a few Shopify stores with physical products, but it's still related to the main store is still related to the design business or industry. So I'm selling stuff that I know that I want, and I know that it's a demand for it out there because prices are ridiculous on some of these things. So I'm trying to give a good deal to people and designers, and especially design students. within these stores.
So how are you actually bringing leads into that sketching business? Because you got your digital products, and then you've got the physical products right alongside it, correct? So you kind of okay.
So that's basically Facebook ads right now.
Okay.
So that's 95% Facebook ads and a few organic sales from Instagram. So I started a completely different account for physical products only. So I have that, and it's mostly Facebook ads. Because last 3-4 months I've been diving deep into learning Facebook ads, like all the tips and tricks that I can find and following different people and see what they post. And the weird thing is you can try some really complicated things with Facebook ads, but it kind of always comes back to just simplifying things in everything.
Yeah, that's something that I've learned as well, that when you try to like add on all these different things, it's just like keep it simple.
Yeah,
so it works.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
are you giving away a lead? Sorry, I was gonna say, are you giving away like something for that email, or are you giving away like a report, or
for the digital products or the physical ones?
Well, you're with the Facebook ads in particular.
Oh, it's basically a picture of the product, and then you have a caption with a deal in there.
Okay.
There are some terms that you kind of want to split test, but some work better than others. And keep it short, keep it really simple. Put a link in there with a discount, like get yours here for 25% off, free shipping, or whatever you want to put in there with a simple link. And if you have the right targeting, you have the right product, and you have a good deal, then definitely it's going to happen. So that's how you get the sales. So
for the physical products, you're basically offering a discount, and that's what's in the ad. Say, hey, come get your 25% discount on these markers, for example. Or okay, cool. Now, are you doing that with the digital products too? Facebook ads?
I used to do it a lot more with digital products last year. But then I always wanted to go into physical products eventually and start a store, like not a physical store, but have physical products, because I love it so much myself. I love these tools, and I know they can be improved a lot. So I'm actually talking with a supplier right now in China to create something completely brand new. But for the digital products right now, I have them mostly on platforms that already exists. So you have Skillshare and Udemy mainly.
Okay, so you're getting traffic from those platforms.
Yeah, and they do a lot of marketing for you. Udemy's a bit slower. I mean, Udemy's more towards. Okay, so if you have two main niches, you have the art kind of thing, and you have the business side. So if you're into business, you want to go to Udemy and do that. Skillshare is more aimed towards artists and paintings and
a consumer based.
Yeah, so business courses are Udemy, very popular, and they sell well. Art, not so much. And then they have the Skillshare, which is more aimed towards hobbies, I guess you can say.
Okay, cool.
And Skillshare is working really well right now. So I'm not doing a lot of marketing. I'm just putting up new courses, and each course that you publish will automatically get emailed to all of your previous students. So,
nice.
And they recently changed so that you get royalties based on the minutes watched instead of monthly premium enrollments, which was really messy. So this is a lot clearer now. So we're gonna see how that goes.
Oh yeah, I remember you telling me about the way they pay out was a little weird back when we first talked about that.
Yeah, it's like an equation this long that you need to calculate to get.
Okay, so you got the digital products. You got this main brand, which is the sketchmonkey.com. You've got the digital products, and those are on Skillshare and Udemy, so you're kind of not really actively promoting those. You're getting the natural traffic from those platforms. Then you've got the physical product side, which is cool, which is something we don't talk about, but I still like it because it's totally different. And you're running Facebook ads to those, so that's cool. It's like it's a site that's offering digital and physical products. I think it's a nice little business model you got going there.
Yeah. One thing to think about when you think about digital and physical is the margin. So if you sell digital products, you have a it's almost 100% margin profit there. But if you think about selling physical products, you need to keep in mind that you're gonna have to pay for the wholesale sale price and shipping if you don't charge for that and stuff like that. So the margins are gonna be a bit lower.
Mm-hmm. Are you like drop shipping those? Or, I mean, how does that actually work? I'm just curious.
Yeah, I'm drop shipping right now, but the thing with drop shipping is you need to have a good supplier. I mean, the supplier is everything. He's the guy that's gonna, make it work for you. If you have I've had like the worst suppliers who didn't even ship their products. So that I ended up with like a bunch of angry customer emails, which I totally understand. I mean, they didn't get their stuff, so I had to refund a lot of people. I closed that store. I focused on this store, and I focused on finding the best supplier I could possibly find. Mm-hmm. And we talk almost every day about orders, and there's a problem with this order, you need to do that, and blah blah blah. So you keep a good relationship with them, and then they give you priority when it comes to shipping, priority when it comes to new products, and all of that. So you want to find a good relationship there.
Interesting. Okay, cool. So we talked about basically how you started out. You moved from Sweden. You applied to all these jobs. You wanted to do sketching. You got a job in the sketching industry. Found out you wanted that freedom, and now you got it. So can we talk a little bit about this is the last question, how your life has changed, like in the past, I don't know, 2 years, or is that like a good time? Maybe tell us
sure.
Insight on like what your life was like before and what it's like now. I mean,
so as I said before, like when I was working in an office, you had the 9 to 5. Then you have like a lot of time after that from 5 to whatever when you go to sleep. So, like I always felt like I don't like to just sit around and do nothing. I get anxious. I feel like I need to do something productive. And I always had that. And I don't know, I just didn't know where to aim that energy, how to, what to do with it. After I joined the program, I started to use those hours to basically get to the point where I could quit my job. And I got to that point in August last year. And that was a pretty sweet feeling to go in and tell your boss that you're quitting because you're doing your own thing. So right now the days are, I still work a lot because you own your own business, but you're doing exactly what you feel like this is what I've been looking for, and this is what I'm supposed to do with all the energy and that I have to channel it somewhere. So it doesn't really feel like work.
Exactly. Yeah.
I think that's the main thing. And you work online, so you can work from. I can go to Sweden and I can work, see my family, work from there if I want to do that, or I can work from here or whatever.
Yeah.
Last month we went to Tennessee, so
I was going to ask you about that. Yeah, I saw those posts. You were, you went on that was a cool looking place. I never even.
Yeah, it was insanely foggy up there, like crazy foggy.
So you were basically brought your laptop and you're able to continue like kind of like running your business.
Yeah.
While taking a vacation. So I mean, that's obviously something you wouldn't have been able to do before, right? Right?
No, I would be stuck in the office there. So I think that's the biggest benefit from working for yourself is that you have the freedom to do whatever you want. And I think most people want that. I think so. I mean, but they just don't know that it's possible.
They don't think it's possible. A lot of people don't. It's kind of sad because I mean, it is. I mean, like you said, you had that energy. I mean, you can either, you just let that energy go wherever it wants to go, after work, and you could just be, for you it was probably sketching, right? For someone else it could be something different. I mean, learn how to channel that energy to a vehicle that's going to get you that freedom you want, and it's really cool that you figured that out, and really happy that I could play a little part in that. So
definitely. That was basically the starting point of this whole online thing.
That's awesome, man. I'm really glad to see where the whole journey you've taken, and look forward to seeing more in the future. I mean, I have a feeling that this
Oh
is
yeah, definitely.
so. Anything else that you'd like to say before we wrap up, or anyone listening that's maybe starting out, and maybe maybe they're currently in that situation right now where you were, where they're in a job, or maybe they're stuck in a business model they don't like, and they want that freedom, and they're just not really sure if it's possible. I mean, what would you say to that person?
I would just say, even though everybody around you seem to have like completely different goals, and you still feel like it's not for you, just do the research and just this is gonna sound like the worst cliche ever, but you got to take action. That's the thing. You have to just, as soon as you learn something new, just go and do it. It can be the tiniest thing. Like it could be like how to what email, like people get stuck in, for example, what email provider they should pick, MailChimp, AWeber, or whatever. Stuff like that should not take up more than 5 minutes of your time. Just pick one, go with it, because where you are now, the preferences you need for each email service provider, it doesn't matter. You're still on the basic level, and both of those have all the things that you need for now. You can change later if you want to do that. But I would just say, just learn from people that, find people that are where you want to be a year or two from now, and tell them why you contact them, and tell them what you want to do, and ask for some advice, like what am I supposed to do? Like, how do I start this? And then from there, everything is gonna work out after that.
Yeah,
if you just keep taking action.
That is definitely the key right there. I mean, it could be this program, or it could be a completely other program. It's find that one person who's basically doing what you're doing. That's exactly how I get started too. I found this one person, who was Jamie Garside for me. I was like, all right, he's selling products. This is what I want to do. Find out how he got there, and just reach out, ask for help. If they, you're probably not going to get all the help you need for free, but if you can invest a little bit of money, I mean, you're going to get years, cut off the learning curve. And and a lot of people don't really get that. I guess they expect that, they expect that they can learn whatever they need for free online, and you can, but you're not really going to get that like step-by-step guidance, I don't think, anyways. So
no, it's true. You gotta invest some money eventually to, it's gonna shorten your time so much by years. And imagine all the money you would have spent anyway failing those years.
Right.
Instead of just jumping right in and just getting everything sorted out. I mean, of course you're gonna fail in the start. Everybody does.
Of course, yes.
With any that's just how you learn. So don't get discouraged by a few failures. Just keep moving.
Yeah, failures. I mean, that's also a cliche. Failures is just a learning experience.
Yeah, but it's true. So
yeah,
there's no other way to say it.
Well, cool, man. Thanks so much for coming on. I really do appreciate it. And
yeah, definitely, it was fun.
I look forward to talking to you again in the future.
Yeah, sure.
All right.
I'll take it easy.